Hi everyone, my name is Diego Armando Moreno Peralta, and I'm here with my teammates Melanie Jocelyn Cruz Salgado and Evelyn Alondra Palma Lopez. And the topic that we are going talking about it's about the emotions. And the statement is that the men are not too emotional than the women, and the women express more their emotions than the men's. And the question here is this right? Is this a bad way to express the emotions for the men? So we have a few questions to talk about this. And the first one it's being emotional a bad thing? And well, in my opinion, it's not a bad thing because I think to be emotional it's good for every humans in the world, and this can help you to express the when you're bad, when you feel good, um, and this is a way from express the what do you want in these cases, and this it's a thing that can help you to move you around the world.
Mm, I I think the same, and I totally agree with you. Um, I don't think being emotional it's something bad. The emotions are normal part of be a human, and in my opinion, the emotions can help people better understand others and communicate their feelings. And I think I think this the emotion it's a part important of be human and from the form of living in now, um, and it's something it's natural. Must no, it's something bad. It's must something natural. Tu micrófono, compañera.
No, well, um, sorry. I agree with you, but I think that it's a 50-50. Why? Because when it's a person, it's a very emotions that it's unnecessary because uh, understand that situations for the this person be in this moment, but too much express emotions can something it's affected in the decisions in the different situations or uh, don't see clear that the resolutions or the different aspects, but it's unnecessary the in a life for a person express for emotions.
Yeah, I totally agree with us, with you, and you're right. And it's influed in your decisions. Eh, be emotional. It's something natural, but it's something that if it's necessary control. And this is all.
Yeah, I think the same because you can take decisions that maybe in that moment you think that it's correct to make it in that moment. But what happened when you take an action or say something when you're angry or when you're sad? it's obvious that you're not good and you can affect another person with that actions. So I think that it's good to express your emotions, but when not affect someone else.
Yes, I agree. So since my point of view, the same. The emotional people, it's most empathy with the society or the other person or the other people, that the different things or the different point of the personal, but it's most empathic with the situations and the point of view the person.
Yeah, I think that it depends so much about the person. Maybe some persons can take actions with their mind clear when they are sad or when they are angry, on whether with so much emotions in that moment. And but in so much cases, not everyone can have this control of their emotions. And this um, give us the next question, that it's, are emotional people weak or strong? Who wants to start with this question?
Um, in my opinion, I don't think the emotional people are uh, weak. Weak. Um, I believe that emotional people who dare to feel and show their emotions are special. It's are brave, and especially in now in our time, where the indifference with other people or the feelings of other people, it's considered it's normal. Um, and I don't think the emotional people weak. It's for me it says it's the people it's brave expressing feelings, not it's something easy. And to be honest, I think the emotional people can be very honestly and brave in in some case. um talk about our emotions of my emotions, it's difficult, but it's important and necessary. um and yeah, it's all.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And retaking the purpose that it's talking for the men's and the women's. I think so much people still getting the stereotype that the women's are emotional and that make them weak. Um, and the other stereotype that the men's that not feeling or not have an emotional control are more stronger. I think that it's not a right stereotype. I think the men that can show their emotions don't make them more weak. And the opposite, that make you more stronger. That shows that you have a control. You're not afraid to show what is wrong with your life in that moment. And in the case of the women's, I think that they have an more emotional control than the men's, and and that maybe can make them more stronger. Mm, But in so much cases, I think that they don't want to show their control with another persons for, for this question.
Yes, I agree with you, in special with Alondra, because I think that the showing emotions in the actuality be seen of the strongs, and it's a necessary takes a courage with the people or with the men or woman in this case, to talk about the feelings or the emotion in different moments. So. And I think that the talk about the other topic is the emotional intelligence, but it's important uh, now in the relationship, on the leadership, inclusive in the personal, because people need um, real respect with the um, control or understand with the emotions in different days or different inclusive in different moments of the day. Mm.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And to be honest, it's something necessary for relations and relationships, and uh, with your friends and your family. It's something necessary for health, um, for your context, in your context. In my case, um, bueno, mm, the people how to talk about your feelings is it's the most honest, and it's the people who inspire the most reliable and confidence with me. And this is difficult in now in these times, and um, you need a to you need the honestly in your relationships and with your family, with your friends. And this is difficult to find in now.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think that your family context mm, depends so much on how much you identify this emotional control, this emotional intelligence. And well, in my case, my parents never punished me with when I show my emotions. Mm, they every time help me with asking me how was my day, how I am when they are afraid for me. And I don't know how, well, I think this depends so much in the family context. I know that not in every case it's the same. I know so much teammates, so much friends that can't show these emotions because their parents don't want to help them, or directly they are angry when they are sad, and when they are happy for something. Their parents are very rude when they feel sad or feel bad.
Yeah, I happy for you. um this is a good it's a good part and important in the interior family. in this is important for the society in general, for this is in our education, and this is um, our family is my my it's a good example for me, my but dad, my mom. It's the principal, it's the my example, and this is important. If you show how ask um and interesting for others, um and this.
Well, it's very good that of situation for us. So I think that in the currently the society need most people that think or talk about respect. I think that the most families needs this type of the intelligent and the expressing for um, are better people, better world, inclusive. So most important for the children and inclusive for us or for the new generations that need uh, understand completely with emotion, with feelings, and with the relation in the in the relationship, in the work, in the school, inclusive. It's a necessary that understand topic.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And this may give us the last question that it's, well, the last two questions. Is it difficulty for men to show their emotions? And do men talk about feelings in your country? Well, I think these two questions are very controversial because I think in Mexico we have a very traditional families in all context. And in these traditional families, we have the men that think that show their emotions are bad. They don't want to be watched crying or happy for something. Inclusive, I think that, well, I don't know if in your context this can happen, but when they are angry and they show their this violent part, they are proud of this. They are happy that the other people can see that this can maybe give you more masculinity, more expressionship, and I think it's a bad way to show your emotions. I think these are changing for a good. This in so much context, as I said before, and so much males are showing more their emotions, crying, be happy, um, and I think it's a good way to change this. We can make this change with dedication with the next generations, making this communication and showing that this isn't bad. This can help you to change a lot of things in your life.
um yeah, I totally agree with you. It's something important to change, and I think that it's very difficult for some men to talk about your emotions, uh, but it's something for it's for this for many men grow up of believing that men shouldn't cry or show sadness or for everyone. But from my point of view, showing emotions should be normal for everyone. Um, it's normal, and it's a question interesting for in Mexico. Many men still don't talk about your emotions and your feelings uh, for this appearance or for try to appear strong or serious or a big man or mm, everyone. In my experience, most of my friends are more open about your emotions and mental health. And I think there are still many men who grew up believing that crying it's a sign of it's for girls, so it's for children or or this every these reasons. For these reasons, I really try to make sure that in the context I share with my friends, but men and women, they feel free and safety and invited to talk about your feelings. And this is, I believe, I think this is necessary with you and in your context with your friends, with your family. You invited at your family, at your friends, to open and to talk about your emotions and feelings.
Yes, I completely agree with us. So it's more common that the in the currently that the men, in special young people, in the society, open your mind. So I think it's very well because broke the stereotypes of for a culture because uh, need uh, other things or other points for the society and for their relationships.
Yeah, I strongly believe that this can change in very short time, and it's and I think it's with our responsibility that these stereotypes can disappear. That be emotional or show your emotions isn't a bad thing, or these stereotypes that makes the woman who shows their emotions it's a weak person, and the man that doesn't show their emotions it makes you a strong man. I think these stereotypes needs to disappear, and I think this is my last opinion with this topic, and I don't know if someone else can wants to express their final opinion.
Um, in my conclusion about this topic, men and women feel emotion, and this is the most natural. Um, yeah, and the form of express is differently in everyone, in women, in men, and in my opinion, showing emotions it's not um, a bad person. It's healthy and important, necessary, and human, and and yeah, show your emotion, talk about your emotions and your feelings. It's the most normal, and it's part of being human. And this is all.
Yes, from my point of view, emotions are part the being human. With the comment, so expressing emotion does not make some a weak. So it's a necessary. Men, woman, or children, anything. Some people need expressing the emotions. Need that the security for the express it's correct for in the relationship in the family in the school need the place it's a security for these feelings for these need um, uh, show of the feelings so day by day or any moment in of the life it's very health that they express for uh, emotions.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, and I think this can be the end for this topic. And thank you for your attention. This is all for today.